Hello everyone and welcome to the next World of Darkness news, on which this one should be a little bit shorter than the previous one, so we do not have as many news about the great pre-orders which you have been welcomed with after the Renegade Virtual Con. We did put a lot of these news on paper now, or in writing, on the World of Darkness.com website, so you can go check it out there. I will be mentioning some of that also in this news because we got some questions from the community that we'd love to answer. But in between, we are very happy to tell you a little bit more about the new project from Renegade of supporting the storytellers that storytell publicly in their local game stores, libraries, and on streams. So let's get straight into that. Play Renegade program is the brand new thing from Renegade Game Studios, a community program that is aimed for all the storytellers that make their chronicles happen somehow in public. That can be a local library, a local game store, anywhere where people can come and watch you play. And also that can happen online. So whether you're doing that on using the Demiplane platform or start role-playing games, or maybe you're doing that on Twitch or YouTube, you might be eligible for this program. All you have to do is go to Renegade Game Studios website, the same one with the store where you can buy all the World of Darkness 5th edition books, and go to community and play Renegade program to check out more. There's a FAQ in there. There's also a form which you can fill in order to voice your interest in participating in this program. And how does it exactly work? So in this program, there will be free stories shared every 6 months to those of you who are the storytellers, and these stories you can use in order to roleplay them in those public spaces. So the very first one is called Last Dance at Reynolds for Vampire the Masquerade, but that's not all. There are also going to be Hunter the Reckoning stories, and after Werewolf will release, also Werewolf the Apocalypse stories shared for that program. They're going to be exclusive to the Play Renegade program for 6 months. After those 6 months, they will be available to buy by everyone on the Renegade store for $10 each. So you can get them for free if you're part of this program and earlier than anyone else, and use them at your tables. I feel like it's a really cool support program. I personally do like using pre-made stories sometimes. You can just tweak them with some edits to make them yours, to fit your city, your area, but they do give you a very cool framework in order to don't worry about as many things as you still have to worry about as a storyteller. So yeah, Vampire Hunter and Werewolf in the future stories coming to Play Renegade program, and they are completely free for those storytellers who are running them in public. If you are one of these storytellers, if you will run a game using one of these games, do tag it with Play Renegade program or Vamily or Vampire the Masquerade, whatever you feel like, so we can see it. We would love to see you running these games, and share where you do it and how we can watch you. I would love to give some spotlights to people using this program, because I think this is going to be super nice. Also, to see if you are doing it on streams or on YouTube, or there's going to be some videos, few people like role-playing the same story in different ways and storytelling the same story in different ways. It's always super interesting to compare storytellers doing things in a little bit of a different ways with some cool differences. So yeah, do sign up on renegadegamestudios.com. There's a list that you, basically a form that you have to fill. Doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what is your location and where exactly you want to run it. It doesn't apply to private games. So if you are just running a private game at your home or on Discord or Skype, then this does not apply to this program, but any publicly visible game that other people can watch may apply in here. So yeah, apply with your idea. I wonder what you're going to experience during the stories, and I do very much wonder what Last Dance at Reynolds is going to bring. I will give you more news and details about these stories as they show up. As for now, I welcome you to sign up if you want to, and yeah, do check out the full FAQ available on Play Renegade's programs site, which is available at Renegade Game Studios, Community, and then Play Renegade. That's it for this one. And now about Sharkmob and Bloodhunt. This is something really cool, especially for those of you who wonder how games are done, and also for those of you who wonder how all of those cool characters in Bloodhunt were done. You gotta say, the fashion in this game is impeccable. It's amazing. The various outfits which you can wear seem to be very carefully designed. And I've been wondering how exactly were they making these? Was there a sort of a fashion designer involved? What is exactly the deal with the Sharkmob's fashion in the game? And right now they are sharing a little bit more behind the scenes of making Bloodhunt on their Instagram. And I very much recommend to go to Sharkmob Games Insta and watch the stories which they shared. The latest story is about the character artists and exactly that, the fashion design, the costume design, and how it's being made. I actually didn't know that. Maybe some of you who are more invested in the 3D modeling know more about this. But when it comes to the virtual outfits, which you can see, they are being virtually sewn in a very similar way to how real clothes are being done. There's this program, software, which they showcase, in which they are actually making patterns very similar to those which you use on the real sewing machines. And yeah, they show that on these stories. They show how they're doing that. They show some examples of what comes into that, and they also talk about the storytelling through clothes, which is one of the super fascinating subjects that builds the whole lore of Bloodhunt. So if you want to know more about that, go to Instagram of Sharkmob Games and check out the story. They will be showing more of these behind the scenes there, so I do recommend to follow not only Bloodhunt on social media, but also Sharkmob Games to get more of that detail if you're interested in how games are made. Additionally, for those of you who are playing Bloodhunt and, well, first of all, if you haven't checked out the latest update just yet, please do so. There's a hunting rifle added to the game. There's a lot of nice achievements and medals you can get in the game by playing it well. And yeah, it's actually like it has a lot of new things. So if you haven't played this game in a while, I recommend to check it out. And there's a new item for you if you want to check it. It's called the Lost Lover Mask. It's a beautiful Valentine's Day mask, which you can claim right now using Bloody Valentine's code. So yeah, just claim it on the website if you want to have it in the game. And do check out Sharkmob Games website, website for sure, but Instagram and Twitter in order to get more behind the scenes news about how the game is made. And the sewing clothes thing is actually super interesting. I believe the software they're using is called Marvelous Designer. I believe so. It's a very fun name for a software which actually allows you to be this virtual sewing artist. It's really fascinating. So yeah, check it out and let me know what you think. And last but not least, the new pre-order recap is now available on our website by popular demand. I know that a lot of people prefer to consume information and get the information in writing. We do that a lot on Discord, so if you are on discord.gg/World of Darkness, you have any questions, then I pop up there often to reply to these. But if you want everything in one place where you do not have to scroll down in order to, or scroll up in order to get to the gist of it, then our website now has a news post about all of the things you can find in the player's guide and more. This is something that we really want to help you out in understanding. We know that Player's Guide has been a long time coming, and there was a lot of speculation of what is going to be in this book and whatnot. There were some questions that were asked since the news arrived, and just to clarify some things about the Player's Guide, it doesn't contain any strict pages taken one by one from the previous source books. It's not a direct reprint of the previous source books. It has the previous content from the source books, like the clan descriptions and profiles, remade, and there's a lot of the curation done and some revisiting in order to ensure that it's as accessible as possible to new players and has all of the relevant information in order to play. The same is with the list of disciplines. It doesn't have all of them reprinted straight. It has a curated list of the previous disciplines to basically fit your play the most. Some of them have tweaked rules as well, so you might see some changes in comparison to the previous iterations, because we wanted to make sure that the game is a little bit more balanced in some places. And yeah, it also has 40 new disciplines. There was a question whether the 40 is the full number of discipline powers available in this book. 40 is the number of the new disciplines, rituals, and ceremonies, which is in the book. So brand new ones. And on top of that, you have more from the previous source books. Total, it's above 70. I cannot tell you the exact number because I don't remember, but when I was counting them myself, it's above 70. So yeah. It also does have a lot of new content about new styles of play, considerate play, and in general how to play vampires in various environments and with various groups, various troops. So I definitely recommend you to check out the full list of things in the game that is available both on the Renegade website and on our website in the latest news post. And we hope to give you a little bit more information about Player's Guide closer to the PDF release, possibly. We'll see. But yeah, the full release is happening in June 2023, and you can also order it right now and get the PDF for free as soon as it's done. So yeah, I recommend to pre-order as soon as you can. If you're interested in expanding your Vampire the Masquerade stories, the good thing about this book is it's a sort of a companion to core book. So with core book and Player's Guide, you have everything you need in order to have a fully expanded game at your table. You can of course use a core book only, but if your players want to use more clans like Banu Hakim, Salubri, etc., you can definitely use just these two books in order to have everything in one. All right. That will be it for today. I will be joined by Hadi right now in order to get through some super fun stuff for the Vamily Spotlight that we have this week. There's a lot of wonderful things we have to share on our beautiful board of Vamily and Hunter family as well. Let's see whether Hadi is awaiting me. Hello, hello.
Here.
Nice to hear you. A new background. People cannot see it just yet, but I can. Let me show that to everyone.
Soon.
Nice. Beautiful. Let me make you a little bit like this. Good. How are you doing today, Hadi?
I'm doing very good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I was just picking at this board right before I started. And I was like, I want to add more. I want to add more.
Well, what's so funny is last week I was like, oh, there wasn't that much, going on with the family, but apparently they're all made up for it this week.
Yes, there's just so much stuff. All right. So let's start with the top left. I believe Instagram, right?
Yes. This is Dana C. Knight. And of course, I should mention a lot of these are Valentine's Day related, of course. So this is Tu Nosferatu in Love, and I love them.
Yes, I love them. They're so beautiful, and I love how they are different. And do you know what I love? You can guess what I love.
I actually don't know. I know what I love. Is it the hearts in the background?
Oh my goodness, I haven't even noticed them, but I now see them. That's so pretty. No, I love that one of them has hair.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what I loved is that they both had pointy ears.
Yes, okay, they both have pointy ears. But I love my hairy Nosferatu. I feel like more Nosferatu should be hairy. But I love that they are, this is the marriage of two Nosferatu visions. You have the bold one and you have the hairy one, and I love that.
Perfect. They come together. It's perfect.
It's super cute. Okay, Hadi, I need to know, what is your last wholesome romantic Vampire the Masquerade moment? As a storyteller, I assume it's, yeah.
As a storyteller?
Yeah.
As a storyteller right now in my Thin Blood Chronicle that I'm running, two of the Thin Bloods are realizing they have feelings for each other.
Aw, so cute.
I won't go into any more detail because those episodes are not available anywhere yet because I haven't edited them because I've been busy.
Okay, all right. I mean, I can share because I have still a very wholesome week in my roleplay where my Salubri is celebrating Valentine's with his darling Malkavian, and they just admitted to each other that they really like Stardew Valley and they are planning a Switch date.
I have to be honest with you. I have never had a romance in game.
Oh, wow. We have to change that one day, We have to change that. I just have to admit, I am a sucker for romance in my role-playing games, and probably all of my characters had a romance.
I feel like I purposely go out of my way to play unromanceable characters.
I play out of my way to like involve my characters in romantic situations, but then destroy us. Like really, like they cannot be happy forever. Like there has to be some drama. Like that's what I usually do. But maybe this character of mine is going to end up happy. Who knows? Never
No,
happens.
no.
Never happens.
I can already spoiler alert, they won't.
All right, and we have Laura Tutu, who I
Featured many
absolutely
times on the
love.
channel.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that's like one of the most aesthetic TikTok I've ever seen.
You have no say in where the children.
If I come for you, and I still might yet decide to come for you, I will wear high heels so you can hear my approach on the cobblstones and have time to repent.
You have no
Wow,
say in where the
again.
children.
If I come for you, and I still might yet decide to come for you, I will wear high heels so you can hear my approach on the cobblestones and have time to repent.
Why does it slap so hard?
Because Laura's really good. This is a particular character they play. It's Storytellers character, and they very much embody it when
You
they
know
make.
you know the thread I have on Twitter about the shitposts and
Yeah.
clans? Like there's a Toreador one, which is like it's the same style, and I just love it. Like,
I feel like, and maybe this is just me, but I feel like everyone has this particular clan that they can really embody at the drop of a hat.
I don't think I do actually. Like
You don't think you have a clan where you could embody them at the drop of a hat? Because I feel like you could embody a chaotic thin blood at the
Okay, yeah, you're right. I mean, because that's who I am.
or a Bruja.
Like, okay,
Or
yeah.
a Bruja.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, the clan that is closest to your personality, I would say yes. But I could say that you can embody like for sure a very mean La Sombra, but I don't see you as a mean La Sombra. So yeah.
Well, I don't necessarily see you as a goofy chaotic thin blood, but you know,
That would be true.
I definitely think you can tap into that a lot easier than maybe other clans. I think you could tap into that easier than say like if I said play a Nosferatu right now.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, but that's true. Maybe every one of us has some vampire clan in your hearts. And if you want to check, this is going to be very marketing wise. I'm sorry. If you want to check what clan you have in your heart, go to World of Warcraft's website and take the quiz.
We planned that. We scripted it.
Yes. No, but seriously, take the quiz because people are still taking the quiz. I'm not sure if you guys know how the Typeform works. The program that they made the quiz on. We actually like pay more depending on how many people make the quiz, and I do get like credit card notifications sometimes like you now have to pay more because so many people are solving your quiz right now, which is great. It makes me so happy.
The only time you want to be notified that you have to pay more.
Yes, every time I want to be notified, but it's actually great, and I'm so happy that so many people are solving this quiz. Like there's like easily above like 500,000 people now that solve this quiz, which is
that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, and now we have Freaking the World.
This is for you. I saw this on Tumblr. I love when I come across these quite often, but I guess I could every week post somebody posting up their outfits. But I thought these ones were particularly unique. Definitely the styles were there. So I wanted to know your thoughts on them.
I love that they basically made the same characters with the hair and they just changed the clothing like it's the same person wearing like two completely different styles of clothes. Especially the first one is great. Like, this is my night when I feel like I want to be a goth. This is the night when I feel like listening to ABBA. Like, it's
Are you just saying ABBA because you're in Sweden?
I know.
Sing all the summer.
ABBA is a religion, okay? You have to.
Yeah, in Sweden I've heard that. Yeah.
Yes. So, but this is really great. Yeah, I love these outfits, and actually, I do not think I have the one on the left in here.
I don't believe you.
I
don't believe you.
I don't have it. I don't have a lot of ones because I actually missed one. Like I didn't finish one on Battle Pass, and I feel so bad about it because now I don't know if I will ever have these clothes. So yeah, but I do have these ones, and they're cute. Awesome. And now we have Super Rat Lord.
Yep, Super Rat Lord made a Valentine's Day little meme thing here. I'd like you to read it.
Happy Valentine's Day. This is one of my favorite holidays, but I get it's not for everyone. Still, if it's not your kind of day, I hope something good happened to you. Roses are red, violets are blue. Would it be cool if I Diablerize you? That's so cute. Yeah, I had those romantic stories too.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah,
Can you, once you hit that point, can you classify it as romantic anymore?
it's yeah, it's like the
It's
1800s,
like the ultimate romance.
the 1700s, the 1800s romanticism, romanticism.
Sure.
It's like the suffering of a young Werther kind of a thing. Yes, absolutely romantic. It's wonderful. And now we have Camarilla Italia. I love this account. It's so good.
I love this account too.
Yeah.
I cannot recommend this account higher if you want just like a daily dose of really like classy Camarilla LARPing cosplay pictures.
Yes.
What is blood but the wine of life? Are you interested in live RP? Do not hesitate to contact us to try in Milan, Bologna, Potenza, and Rome. Just very cool.
I want to be there. I want to go there.
Reach out to them.
Yes, like I recently learned that there are some good flights from Stockholm to Bologna, which are not that expensive. So maybe one day I'll just like show up.
I was just like, I totally didn't research this.
I would just lurk. I would just lurk, and yeah, because they always look so on point.
You could just tell them it's you're just prepping for playing a Nosferatu, and you're just watching.
You're just watching, just lurking in the corners. And one of my favorite TikToks for Vampire the Masquerade.
Yes.
Stormcrow.
Yes.
Let's check it out.
Oh, it's adorable. Oh, it's traumatized. Oh, it's adorable.
That one's for you.
It is true. Yeah.
Oh, it's traumatized.
Yeah, and also if you're on TikTok and you want sort of a daily dose of VTM memery, or even helpful things, Matt Stormcrow is who you want to follow.
Yes, Matt is the head behind the Jackalope LARP Studios, and he is the organizer of the Night in Question, the Sabbath LARP, which was my first LARP in my life. It was great. And right now he's running Austin by Night-ish LARPing, which is actually, like, I know that he's doing some interesting things by combining digital tools with the real life LARP, and there's like plenty of people joining it. So if you are from the area, if you're in Texas, I recommend you to check out what they're doing, because I heard good stuff about it, and I had a great experience in the Night in Question. They're doing super cool stuff. All right, and Snakobi, is that Snakobi?
Yeah, that's how I would say it. Snakobi. This one, again, if you got funny hashtags, you're gonna catch my attention. Life Drinker. So then we have, sort of the more normal ones, VTMOC, Vampire the Masquerade, and then you have my OC shit for the person who asked what clan he is, then a second hashtag below it to answer it. He's Gangrel.
I might have a crush, honestly. Look at this pretty Gangrel. So gorgeous. I mean, just long hair, blood, mess, and disaster. Yeah, it's just...
Well, yeah. I think we've made our
feelings
feelings about Kadir pretty well known. So if you are sort of like a sensitive, like if you're rough and tough and not ready to be loved, but deep down you're sensitive and you have long hair,
yes,
I think we know where we fall with that.
Nakobi, we want more information. Do share more when you have it. And then we have Tilvarin.
This one's all yours from last week.
Yes. So trying the sketching style again and giving my Tsimitsi Liliana a proper portrait. Really enjoy doing the style and how it's coming together. We'll have to try it in full color at some point, but for now I'm really happy with the result. And we are too, Liliana. This is gorgeous. Although, yep.
I was gonna say, this gives me Dark Ages vibes.
It does. I like how you said it's give me dark, and I was like, it gives me dark vibes, and that's what I was going to say. Like, it's beautiful, but I kind of can see that this is a very, very murderous Tsimitsi that you shouldn't cross paths with.
Yes.
Like, for some reason. Like,
yes.
I see that in her eyes. It's there.
It's in the eyes, yeah.
Yes. It's great. And I do wonder whose blood is in this pendant. I'm sure it's someone's. It's beautiful. Like, I love the detail in the hair. Look how well the braid is drawn. Like, it's amazing.
I was gonna say the detail in the dress, the whatever you would call that, the stitching there.
Yeah, that's really, really amazing. So well done. All right, and doing a little bit of a Hunter reprise. So this is a part of the Hunter core book. You can read it out if you want.
Sure. Bone structure and contempt, as screenshotted, everyone doing their part. Cells often form around their members' specialties. That is, the hunter's particular aptitudes determine how they solve problems for many cells. Not every vampire needs to be dealt with by blowing open the door to the crypt and cutting off their head. A hunter who was a property developer and a hunter on the city council might choose to have suspected vampire lair rezoned for commercial real estate or even bulldozed as eminent domain. That's one way to solve that. That's true. That's true. And that's what's really funny about Hunter having, played in Hunter's Garage is that all of the people in Hunter's Garage, the cell, we all had sort of very different ways of approaching things. But when everything went bad, as things tend to do in a World of Darkness game, we very much came together and worked for the common good of the group.
Yeah, and even when you are just, a real estate person with no ability to stake a vampire because you've never ever like raised any weapon in your hand and you have no idea how to brawl with people, zero brawl, zero physical stats, you still can do that.
Yeah. And sort of very much like Miles's character was like, I know how to be smart.
Yeah, it's great, and I love this one. All right, and we have second row, starting from the left. Mountain Ashfay. There we go.
Though, yeah, that's very good. Mountain Ash Fay. This is for you. I thought you would like it.
Did you fuck my sire, Apollo? Not yet, but I'm gonna.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I gotta say, like, isn't that the thing? Whenever you kind of introduce like a seemingly hot character in your chronicles, and this is what your players are like
Yeah.
do you have plans? Have you done anything with this person? No, but I plan to.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great.
Good bit of memory is always important.
And look at this beauty from Scylla.
This is from Scylla, a rat Nosferatu, the best kind, in my opinion. The drawing's 2 months old, and it's time to start posting. This is a character of a friend that was drawn as a gift for the new year.
Absolutely beautiful. Love the eyes. Love the face. Pointy ears and bald, I know, but it's still gorgeous. You do have this beautiful rat. And,
just embrace it.
And the
literally.
cute little pink outfit, which I live for. It's beautiful. Like, so innocent.
Just as a side note, I saw somebody asked somewhere in the chat. I just want to say, if you want to be featured on Vamily Spotlight, please just tag us. Tag us and we'll find you.
Also, actually, you can just tag Vamily, tag Vampire the Masquerade. I check out like Vampire the Masquerade, Vamily, and tags like this weekly. But yeah, you can also tag us directly. We are very open to check out what you're
Yes, please tag us everywhere. Do it everywhere.
Yes. And we do have a lot of love towards like these evil eyes. Today, which is great. I love it.
Yeah, I do love these. This is Alex and the Bear. Just smoke my cigarette and hush, which I love that. And I love this idea, and I often see it when people are trying to represent frenzy or, a high amount of hunger or a messy critical or a bestial failure. They often give them the red eyes, and I love that.
Yes.
It's probably one of my favorite things, and that's sort of what I'm getting from here.
Yes, and
this is like a messy critical in a social scene or something.
Yes, and I do love myself a cool. It's a Toreador, right? Yes.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
As if there was any question.
I love the art T-shirt. I love the little rose on the cheek piercings. Just the general vibe is beautiful, and you can see this is someone who really takes care of their appearance. But then, the bestial failure comes and just stops mattering because all that matters is blood.
Yeah. So isn't that the crux of the whole thing? Who would have thought?
Cool. Really cool artwork. And then we have Enthralled Idiot.
Enthralled Yet.
Why did they read it as Enthralled Idiot? I'm so bad. I'm sorry. Okay, never mind.
We featured them before. They do a lot of commission work for a lot of people's games that are played on Twitch and YouTube and stuff.
Yes.
And this particular one I really love the caption. Like I said, you can really catch my attention with captions. After spending her fledgling nights causing trouble for the Camarilla, Gabby now follows their old-fashioned traditions. And of course, the drawing is beautiful, an amazing-looking Ravnos character. But I love the idea of a Ravnos turning cam. I love that.
Yeah, I gotta say, I mean, it's always fun to see clans that are not normally associated with Cam joining the Cam, and clans who are normally associated with Camilla joining the Anarchs. It's just always cool to have some mixing ups.
Yeah, I love seeing a La Sombra Anarch. In one of my games, I have a Samitsi in the Cam. Love that.
And I have to say, I love the fit. I would wear that.
I could see you wearing that actually. Yes.
Yeah, it's a good
Yes.
fit.
It's the glove for me. It's the one glove for me.
Yeah,
That really does it.
It's a touch, you know. It's like wearing just one sock. Yeah, good. All right, and now we have Harbinger's Echo.
Wow.
Wow.
Destiny can't replace my life. Scary shadows of my past are alive, and this is just an utterly gorgeous picture.
That's so good. Look at this like subtle tattoo that is coming from the shadows on the head.
Whoa! I did not even notice it. I didn't. Nope.
Yeah, this is
That's
great.
amazing.
And this, I know it's a kind of a popular pattern right now in the clothes. Like I've seen it a lot when you have like a pentagram formed with like material, but it always gets me. Like it's so cute.
I think it's very inspired from the core book. I think a lot of the Tremere outfits have that somewhere sort of incorporated into it.
Oh, those little ritual people, right? And the little chain on the hand, like the jewelry with the pennant. So beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Pictures like this make me like Tremere, and I hate to say that.
You know, I have to say, for someone who's always like who it's a methinks thou doth protest too much sort of situation with the Tremere.
That's the thing. Like I feel like they're growing on me, and I hate it. Like what is happening?
Don't hate it. You can like them. No one will stop you.
I will. No, this is like it's against my convictions.
Oh, sure. Look,
convictions
can change. Convictions can change.
I will lose humanity over that. You know?
Well, that might work for your favor as a Tremere. You never know.
And I just cannot take eyes away from, because I just scrolled a little bit to the right, from Hannah Soria's art. Look at this gorgeous art.
Also for Valentine's Day. And this is their Malkavian character, and it just says loves me 5 and loves me not also 5.
Okay.
And a lot of flower petals on the ground, so I'm not entirely sure how long they've been doing this.
I just feel so bad right now because I've just realized we haven't done anything for Valentine's Day, and like we need to really step up the game. Like, I just like
yes, I feel bad about not remembering that. That's one of those things where I I'm not actually like really hopeless romantic or anything, so I have to forget about Valentine's
Day. I haven't really like celebrated this year that much either, and then I was just like, oh, it was Valentine's. We should have probably done something. You know what? Like we need some more romance or Vampire the Masquerade game, and I feel like there's never enough some love and some heart. So I do hope that we're going to maybe just think about something, for the year that we can
let's get that note to Jason. Let's get a romance going in New York by night.
Yes, some romance.
Someone sent Jason a note.
Romance, like I'm sure that season 3 is going to end up in the good ending with like a lot of romance and just people ending up together, getting blood weddings, and definitely that's gonna happen. And look at this beauty. So this is from Vivi. I just found it today, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. So you can read it out.
I'm currently working on a homemade Chicago sandbox for an introductory Vampire the Masquerade campaign, pick related. And I gotta say, all the research I did made me really nostalgic for the first Watch Dogs. Oh, I haven't thought about that game in forever. What's a game you love even though everyone dunks on it? This is really cool.
Right?
I really love this.
Yeah, they made this whole map. And of course the question made me think like,
Yeah, it reminds me very much of Coteries of New York, the way it's laid out.
Yes.
Which I love.
And actually, there's something I should have brought in here, maybe next week, if I remember. But if you go on YouTube, you can write Vampire the Masquerade map in the YouTube search, and you should find it. There's someone who made a tutorial on how to make your own Vampire the Masquerade stylized map of your city for your chronicle. I've seen it on YouTube like last week, and I.
Oh, that's really cool. You'll just send me that link so I can put it in the YouTube description.
Yes, I will be. We can share it in the description. And we can share it on the Vamily Spotlight next week too. Because I just remembered that I saw it last week and I forgot about it.
No, I would love to use that. I need it.
Yes, it's great. All right. And look at this, Sims fans. We have there's a lot of overlap in between vampire fans and Sims fans. Just saying.
So one thing I need to say is that if you're on the Tumblr Vampire the Masquerade community, one thing you will see a lot is Sims and Vampire the Masquerade. I don't know what the intersection there is necessarily, but I love it. I love seeing all the pictures, and every once in a while I want to share some of the pictures. And this one is someone made their own Nosferatu, and you can see they're clearly in a sewer.
Yes.
The mask is fantastic. I mean, I love it. I love it so much.
Yes, and like there's a lot of people basically just putting their characters in Sims, because Sims has a very good character creation where you can just like make anyone, and you can
And
really edit
vampires.
it.
They have vampires.
They have vampires, and you can edit the looks of the characters a lot. So I've seen a lot of people recreating like scenes from their Chronicles in The Sims. I would lie if I said they've never put my character in The Sims and their other characters and just made them live a happy life together, because we couldn't have that in in a Chronicle. So yeah, that's definitely something that you can do if you wanna express your vampireness different ways. Sims is a good way.
I've even seen people make all the characters from LA by Night and put them into The Sims as well.
Yeah.
So
If you want them to have a happy ending, that's probably a good idea.
also, I love the hashtag "What's in her bag?" A DS, which is just fantastic.
Aw, yes, that's great. And this is a tweet I found actually. You can read it out. It made me like happy tear.
Okay. By Lincoln Freimund. The next session of my Hunter the Reckoning game is this weekend, and I'm spending the lead up time, as I always do, imagining how my home city could be sadder and worse. Yes. That's, well, what a perfect representation of any city in a World of Darkness game.
Like I do know that the world is already dark. You know, we don't have to make it darker in order for it to be scary. But honestly, this is something that made me fall in love with World of Darkness at first.
Yep.
When I was just a teenager, I was living in a small town. There's nothing ever happening in there. I was just imagining like going through the streets after I played Bloodlines, you know, and I read the book and I was like all into that stuff. I was going through the streets and imagining how cooler it would be if there were actually vampires living here. Like, yeah, this graveyard, I'm sure they meet in here. This cathedral, there's an Elysium there for sure. You know, like it makes it so much exciting to
Absolutely.
like, walk, you know, and imagine these things. So it's a great thing.
That's exactly what I've done with with Blood on the Grand Strand. I didn't grow up in Myrtle Beach, but I lived there for a significant amount of time. It's a tourist trap. And I was like, how could I make this place that was like not the best time in my life? How could I make it into something that is sort of my own and a piece of the World of Darkness was sort of the idea behind it.
Such a beautiful thing. That's like, also love the like reclaiming thing. I feel like I also did that with my hometown. Like I didn't feel really good in there. So it was like, no, being a bullied little goth child.
Oh,
like, it was kind of sucked. So imagining like that's, you know, I am a part of this greater mystery and I know more about what's happening in the nooks and crannies of the city. It was always really, really fun.
yeah. And that's exactly why I need that link for that map thing so I could send it to all my players, because when you play with people and they don't know the area, it gets a little confusing sometimes.
yeah, that's a cool thing. So yeah, I recommend to inspire, get yourself inspired by just taking a walk, you know, and put some cool dark soundtrack. You can use our playlist that we have on YouTube to like just put it on your headphones and just go on a night stroll. Of course, as long as it's safe in your area. Please don't walk alone if it's not safe in there. But yeah, just have some inspiration like this. It's great to use it in your chronicles later. All right, and let's jump into the Storytellers Vault highlight for this week from David Gibson.
Yep, this is Servants of the Blood, and this is all about playing ghouls and revenants, which of course is in the companion guide, but this is a little bit more expanded. Yep. It also offers some additional thing, which is revenants, which I am not sure. I don't believe that's in the companion guide. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
There is a part of that, yes. I mean, there's a note about like stats for humans and ghouls, yes. Not exactly revenant.
Right. Yeah. So this one expands it into also including revenants and adds new advantages and adds new lore sheets for playing your ghoul or revenant or mortal character. And what's interesting is that I have yet to storytell for for people playing mortals. I mean, I've done a storytell of mortals then becoming vampires in the same session,
Yep.
but anything farther than that, I haven't done. Have you?
I mean, except for Hunter, which is kind of mortal. Then no,
Well,
no,
yeah.
not in Vampire the Masquerade. Um, I did have a chronicle in which I've played a character where my like we arranged it with another player that the child of my character we've met together when the child was still human. So he played that child still for a while as a human, and then we got into the point of embrace, and we like moved on from that. So we did have that involved, but I never story told particular humans, which could be interesting.
Yeah, I think I'm going to make it a personal mission of mine to come up with a story to tell for ghouls and mortals.
Yeah.
I think that would be a good. I don't know. I think it would be fun. I think it'd be a really interesting to see where the chronicle would go as a ghoul, as ghouls to maybe Camarilla vampires. I think I got something brewing. Something's going here.
Like I think it would be interesting to maybe combine like Finnbloods, ghouls, and humans in a way
Yes.
that because ghouls do have access to first level disciplines as long as
Yes.
they drink the blood. So with that in mind, you can actually like get some vampire powers, use that in the game, use some vampiric systems basically, while also like avoiding the hunger and the humanity. At the same time, I feel like it would be interesting to, at some point maybe some of them could be met with the chance of an embrace, see whether they would choose it or not, knowing this world from the other side. That would be very fascinating to see.
I agree.
Cool. All right, let's jump into the LA by Night and New York by Night part from Lixerial.
So this is, of course, the one, the only Persephoros. And Simone is a character in New York by Night that has been in both seasons of New York by Night from both the Anarch side, sort of, and the Camarilla side, and it's just such a delight. Every time Simone comes on screen, or Simone's going to be in the episode, it's a delight, and I really hope they come back for season 3.
Yes, and I do love the ministry symbol and the general ministry showcase in here with the snake, with the little halo, like it's a worshipped saint, and the hands trying to grab him. It's just beautiful. It's so good.
Yeah, I feel like Simone is really the one running the city. Like
yeah, like you may have other people trying to pretend that they do, but like honestly, all in all,
I really think I think in one of my recaps, I think I said that like if we could just get a whole season of Simone just girl bossing around New York City, I would be totally fine with that.
Gatekeep.
It was gatekeep, gaslight, girl boss.
Yes, exactly. it's great. And speaking of amazing characters, we also have Eva.
Yep, a beautiful character from LA by Night. It's Tremere, which I love that at the end there, by Vuelo Nocturno art.
Beautiful. And can I just say that Vampiro la Mascarada sounds so whenever I see it, like when I saw it on the Galapagos Hogos, the core books, like how it's printed, like I already like the Polish core book a lot with the Vampir Mascarada being written on it, but like Vampiro la Mascarada just sounds so good.
What is it in Polish?
Vampir Mascarada. Yeah, so that's the Polish one. So it's
that's what. Yeah, so it's not. So in German, it's Vampire die Maskerade. So it's not that different.
Yeah, it's just like it always looks good in writing, like when you have it like in a logotype. It's just like so good. Absolutely beautiful artwork. And yeah, I love the darkness on one side, the light on the other, like her looking towards the light. Yeah.
Yes.
It just,
yes, yeah. And no more needs to be said about that particular phrase.
No more needs to be said. And look at this beauty.
This is by Winesta. This is over on Tumblr. And this is, of course, Kat Costello, played by Shane Easton in the New York by Night season 1. And the quote down here is from the actual episode. It says, "I was wondering if one of you can tell me about your last breath," which was just such a Hikata thing to say.
Yes, it is. I just love it. I love how cute this drawing is. Like with this little cute skull and the little cute face and the little ear poking out.
No, Kat Costello is cute. It's like Fran Drescher meets a necromancer, and just perfect character.
Yeah, and people say that like Hikata or any vampires that dabble in death are just like not that romanceable or not that likable. Like, come on, like look at her.
Kat Costello will have to be the only one that I could think of, to be perfectly honest.
I'm sure there are more in people's campaigns and chronicles, and like Yeah, I do know more, possibly.
I played in 2 Akata games and like I'm even though I know them all, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, some of them are definitely the exceptions of the rule.
Definitely Cat Costello is the exception to that rule.
Yes, beautiful. I love this board. There's so much stuff going on, and I do see that people love Valentine's Day, so I will make sure
Yes.
to make a note to remember that people do that.
No,
And-
that's totally our fault. That's
Yes. Oh,
I
no.
I don't even think I wished you a happy Valentine's
We should have
Day.
done like a quiz, like which vampire out of Vampire the Masquerade Party should date or something like I would love to do something like this.
Oh, we could do one of those. Yeah, yeah, it is too late, but we can do it. We could do one of those things where you're like, you rate them and then it's like a game. I can't think of what it's called, but it's pretty popular.
Oh yeah, like the ratings, like
The ratings, yeah.
Honestly, yes, we're doing that. That's easy to do. We will do it, and we'll see what people think about it.
I'm
I'll
gonna look.
post it.
I'm gonna look back, but I don't even think I wished you a happy. I don't think I mentioned Valentine's Day on Valentine's Day.
Let's like reconnect afterwards and just think about all the characters we can put in there and
Put
just
it in
let
my
people.
Google Calendar for next year.
Yes, Google Calendar for next year. Let's do it.
So
But
bad.
yeah, I mean, happy romancing, everyone. I guess
Yes.
it is Valentine's Day week, so I hope that you will have a very wholesome moments in your dark chronicles, which will allow you to have some of these great stories. I will be jumping on the FAQ for those of you watching us live right now. And for now, Hadi, thank you so much for being here. We won't be doing this next week. We will be seeing each other in 2 weeks. So yeah, see you all and see you, Hadi.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And that will be it for World Darkness News for this week. If you're watching us on Twitch, do stay for the Q&A. If you're watching us live, we'll see you in if you're watching us on YouTube, we'll see you in 2 weeks as we have a little break next week, working on stuff. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks as usual. And do not get lost in the night. And see ya.